Welcome back to the 2014 BYU Football Media Day. I am Lauren Frankham. You're watching the live web chats. We're here with James Dye from the '96 Cotton Bowl team. But first, let's take a look at the upcoming schedule. After James, we have Dennis Pitta coming up at 8:40 from the Baltimore Ravens. Then we're going to watch State of the Program at 11 o'clock at noon Eastern Time. We have BYU Sports Nation, some more web chats, and then at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, we have BYU Football Greatest Moments Then and Now. James, thank you so much for being here with us. What's it like being back here in Provo?
Well, vacations turn into monumental events, and it's been fun. We are here dropping off our freshman, Trey. He's going to be playing with the Cougar Nation over at Lavelle Edwards Stadium. And so it's been a humbling experience, one full circle for my wife and I, Carolyn, and it's been a great experience. So I'm glad to be here. I'm humbled. Thank you for inviting me. But you guys put me in front of Dennis Pitta. It's you guys have set me up.
Hey, you're up there, though. You're up there, right with Dennis Pitta. You've been called one of the most exciting special teams players to play here at BYU. Also, one of my favorite accolades of yours, you were back-to-back Cougar Club crowd pleaser. How do you respond to that?
Just honored. It was a great experience for me. 138-pound snot-nosed kid. I got a scholarship to go to Utah State. Obviously found greener pastures over here and had a great experience playing for Coach Edwards. And to have those, be esteemed of those awards, they still sit on my book shelf as bookends, and everyone that comes in my house understands it doesn't matter what everything else was. It was the fact that I was a Cougar crowd pleaser and I had the award twice, and those are awards that I will always relish and keep clean in my house. So.
Hey, that's good. You're keeping them clean.
Yeah.
What did you do to be the crowd pleaser? What do you think you did to rile up the crowd when you were here?
If you really look at my stamp on the program, I had, what, 4 or 5 touchdowns in my old age. I kind of forget a couple of things, but 4 or 5 touchdowns. It wasn't really as much as, say like what Steve Sarkisian and some of the other guys did. But I think just adding that spark, that excitement, being able to keep the kicking game. They say kicking game wins games, and being able to always ignite with that spark. I think the crowd really loved that. Not only having our offense that was always just churning, but also too to put points on the board at without a moment's notice. I think it was just something that the crowd enjoyed, and they hadn't had that probably since Vice-Kahema was here, who laid the foundation for me. He was always somebody that a role model for me, even growing up as a kid. I wasn't LDS, but I remember watching BYU in the Bay Area, and later on moving to LA. I remember Vice-Kahema and what he did, and so I wanted to come in and be able to give that same spark to the teams that I played for those 2 years.
So you were an all-WAC wide receiver. That team a lot of talent on that team. You guys were the first Division I team to win 14 games. You went 14-1. We're going to look at some of your highlights here, if they can pull them up. What is going through your head when you have the ball in your hands and you see that open field?
Get there as fast as possible. 65,000 people are watching you, and an additional amount of viewers on TV. Don't get caught, don't drop the pass, and just enjoy everything that you're doing. This is just a surreal moment, being able to play a wonderful program with Coach Snyder and Kansas State, being on this stage for the first time in BYU history, being able to play on New Year's Day. It was just a great opportunity. Steve said, get open. He said, get open, we got a new corner out there. I said, consider it done, and the ball came, and my eyes got big as cue balls, the white ball when you're playing pool. So my eyes were huge, but I just said, don't drop the ball. Don't drop the ball. So
not a lot of us get an experience like that, obviously, to catch a touchdown like that in such a huge game. What is that feeling like? You got it in your hand, you stand up, you still have the ball. What is that feeling like?
It's just feels good. It feels natural. You get in that zone when you've prepared yourself and you've practiced and you've done the right things as our coaches push you to do. And when you have an opportunity to score, it's just it's an elation, just an extreme amount of excitement. I don't know if it's like when you probably got this job. They say you're gonna be our go-to girl. You remember how that feeling, that exuberance, just you've accomplished something. You want to call your parents. You want to let everybody know, and that's usually where the celebrations come in. And you look over, and Coach Edwards is like. So it's like, okay, curtail it just a little bit.
Did he do much else besides that look?
He said things when he needed to. He had, poignant words, but, hey, can't cost us at certain times.
Yeah.
You know, keep a level head, do things you're supposed to,
Yeah.
no fumbles, those types of things. Yeah, and those resonate. Obviously, 20 years or something later, but yeah, he said words that were profound. Yes, his Hawkeye and the words that he left with us all. They're embellished on our hearts and in our minds.
You mentioned your celebration, and I was watching that clip of you when you caught that. You got up, you did a little shoulder shrug. Was that calculated? Did you have a touchdown dance?
It just comes to you as a player. They had just instituted the no celebration rule, and so I had to be very careful what you could do. Yeah, so on a national stage, just a little.
Yeah, did you see that? Your little.
You see my friends around. They put a little, you know, a little phrase or something to it, but it was just a little, you know, shake them off, get off me.
Just I love this. I just want to watch it one more time. Oh. They turned it out right before.
Yeah, you can't get too much. They don't want to give these guys ideas over here. So, but it was just a little, you know, shake them off. We're okay. It was a tough game, but you know, in the end, you're just letting our fans know we're gonna pull it out. So.
You were just talking to Leon White and Trevor Maddich. They just left here from the 1984 National Championship team. How does your team, the '96 team, compare to theirs?
We don't. We don't compare. They have the crystal ball. You know, they when you walk into the football office, what do you see there?
Yeah.
You see the crystal ball, and because of that, there is no argument. They'll always be the pinnacle of this program. So we set a milestone. We had a milestone with being the first team to play on New Year's Day in the Cotton Bowl and bringing it home. We had the first, we were the first team to play 14 games. We had a great experience. We had a great time. But they were 14. What were they? 12-0, 13-0. They brought home the crystal ball. All the naysayers that were in the country at that time, they silenced them. And so, because of that, and because of what they did as a team, they will always be the pinnacle of this program.
What's it like coming back to Provo after all those years?
It's been great. We moved a little over 3 years ago. It's going on 4 years now to Texas so that I can coach and teach. Took my family down there on the road show, and to come back to. And I'm looking out the window right now, fans. So I'm sorry if you guys see me kind of looking away, but it's picturesque. It's serene. It's tranquil. It's a great experience to be here and to see all the things that have come about from the program. You know, Bronco Mendenhall has taken this program to the next level. Our fans, our donors, the players themselves have taken what we've established and they've added to it. So you have Legacy Hall, you have the broadcast house here, and we're just doing wonderful things. We have 2 big new jumbotrons. I mean, how could you not enjoy being in Provo? I guess unless you're a Ute or someone else. So
I was gonna say I know a few people who probably wouldn't enjoy being in Provo.
Yeah,
most of them are Utes though.
Too bad for them. So.
Yeah. You mentioned your son Trey is coming here, and he's coming in as a wide receiver. What influence did you have on his decision to come here to BYU?
Trey always wanted to blaze his own trail. I think for him it was a personal decision. I think he liked the fact that BYU came to him at an early time in his career. They had a chance to come to spring ball. Our spring balls are padded. They had a chance to come down and watch him play, see the product that they were interested in. And I believe that Coach Anai, Robert Anai, Coach Holliday, and Marky Atawai, Coach Atawai, I could call him now, Marky Atawai, yeah, Squire.
I didn't know he went by Marky.
Yeah.
We'll have to remember that.
Strike that. So, but they had a chance to come and see Trey practice, and then they watched him throughout the course of the season, and he blazed his own trail. I think for me it was just an opportunity to see him come back and play at my alma mater. My family has a history here. My wife's sisters and brothers have gone here, so we have family history here, and I think it was just an opportunity for him to really tie into that. Yeah. So I think he made a great choice.
And what attributes is he going to bring to BYU that you brought? What did he get from you? Do you think?
He's bigger, stronger, faster. Because I have such a stable of them, but he's going to be smarter than I am. He's going to be bigger. He's got a better smile than I have. He has all his mom's qualities, but he's just a humble player, and he loves playing the game, and I'm his biggest fan. So I will argue that with anybody. I'm his biggest fan, even with his mom, and I just can't wait to see what he does. But I'm just so happy to see him evolve into the young man that we've tried to help him grow into, and he's just done a great job. So we're honored and excited to have him here. A little bittersweet dropping him off, but I'll probably have to drag his mom out of town. But it's been a great experience and great opportunity to see him flourish and move on to that adulthood.
We're really excited to have him here, and it's going to be exciting to watch him and kind of compare your games and see what happens there. Thank you so much for being with us, James. It's been an honor. Next up, we have Dennis Pitta coming up at 8:40, so don't go away.